we're glad to be joined today for this press conference to announce a proposal to expand HART. We are so honored to be joined by our partners from the Harris County Sheriff's Office, all the leadership. Thank you for being here today. We also want to thank our partners at Harris County Public Health and Executive Interim Director Leah Barton, her team. We also would like to thank our partners, Moms Demand Action, for joining us as well. Today we will hear from Commissioner Lesley Briones, followed by Commissioner Rodney Ellis, followed by Lupe Washington, Director of Violence Prevention for Public Health, followed by Jimmy J. Wynn, a HART team member, followed by Major Jennifer Harden with the Harris County Sheriff's Office, and closing remarks and then questions. Now, please welcome Commissioner Lesley Briones.
Good morning, everyone. First, thank you again to all of our partners. This is a team effort, and a special thank you to my colleague, Commissioner Rodney Ellis, and his Precinct 1 team. So today, I am very energized because today in Harris County, we will be voting on an expansion of HART. And the reason I feel so passionately about HART is smart public safety and it's smart support for our residents. HART is about sending the right response at the right time for the right needs. We know that 911 gets thousands of calls with people in crisis, somebody with a mental health crisis, an addiction crisis, homelessness. These are calls that need attention, and we need to connect these people to services. And these calls should not take up our law enforcement officers' time so that our law enforcement officers can more quickly respond to calls about violent, time-sensitive matters. So this is a benefit for the individuals who are linked to service, and it's a benefit for all of us who will be safer as a result because our law enforcement officers' time is better leveraged and better directed. Since we brought HART in-house to our Harris County Public Health Department, we have improved and strengthened this program. Our linkages to service are up 200%. And the number of 911 calls that have been directed to HART increased
by approximately 40%. Again, this is smart public safety that saves money, it saves time, it saves lives, and it creates opportunity for all of us to improve and to be safer. And so I just want to thank all of the partners that have made HART possible. And I hope today, when we go into Commissioner's Court, we will pass this expansion, because what it would do, and I want to flag, this would be budget neutral because of the efficiencies that our public health department has been able to find. We've been able to do more with less. And if passed today, this will add 8 additional teams that will expand HART throughout Harris County beyond the current districts that it's in, which are primarily in Precinct 4 and Precinct 1. And so we're very thankful. Again, we want to make sure that we're providing care, not cuffs where appropriate, and that in times of crisis, where it has nothing to do with crime, we're connecting people to the support they need, not booking them into our already overcrowded jail. So again, this is smart public safety, this is good government, and together in Harris County, we will keep moving forward. And I look forward to hopefully resounding support today at Commissioner's Court. So very briefly in Spanish, thank you for being here for Spanish media. Buenos días a todos. Primeramente quiero dar las gracias a todos nuestros socios que están ayudando con HART. Primeramente el comisionado Rodney Ellis del precinto número 1 y su equipo. También a todos del Condado Harris de Salud Pública, especialmente Lupe Washington, la directora, y también a Leah Barton, que está dirigiendo toda la salud pública aquí en el Condado Harris. También tenemos equipos del HART Community Team, tenemos representantes de la oficina del alguacil del condado y también las mamás que están queriendo acción, Moms Demand Action, who are keeping our youth safe here in Harris County and beyond. Buenos días, soy Lesley Briones, soy su comisionada del Precinto 4, pero hoy estoy aquí porque tenemos que continuar mejorando la salud pública y también la seguridad del condado Jerez. Como abogada, como ex jueza y madre, quiero que las familias del condado Jerez estén protegidas. Y por eso mi prioridad ha sido la seguridad pública. Y muchas veces se les pide a las fuerzas del orden que tomen todo tipo de emergencias, llamadas de adicción, de las personas que están en las calles con un trauma, pero nada que ver con crimen. Estas llamadas que son relacionadas con crisis, estas personas necesitan ayuda. Y también las fuerzas de orden deberían estar enfocando en las llamadas que están relacionadas de crimen. Así que esta ayuda a las personas con salud mental, momentos de crisis, y también ayuda a todos nosotros a ser más seguros en este condado, porque nuestras fuerzas de orden pueden enfocar demasiado más. El programa HART ha sido una buena propuesta porque ayuda a que los residentes tengan la atención correcta cuando el caso no implique un delito violento. Integrar HART como un servicio del condado lo hizo más eficaz y exitoso para todos. Hoy, si la Corte de Comisionados lo aprueba, tendremos 9 equipos HART sin subir nuestro presupuesto. Y esto va a ayudar que HART sea por todo el condado Jerez en las áreas no incorporadas del condado y dará mayor respuesta a las llamadas no violentas. Este es el modelo de seguridad y bienestar público que sí funciona, porque HART ofrece resultados que salvan vidas y dan esperanza a las familias en una manera que todos vamos a seguir adelante y más seguros. Así que muchísimas gracias y esperamos en un ratito que vamos a votar para que HART sea una realidad por todo el condado. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you again to all of our partners. Now, please help me welcome my colleague, Commissioner Rodney Ellis, Harris County Commissioner, Precinct 1.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's a great day. I want to thank Commissioner Briones, you. I want to thank your team. I want to thank my staff, all of you all for being here, in particular, law enforcement for being here. This is one of the programs that Harris County decided to initiate after the death of George Floyd. In 2020, 4 of us on Commissioner's Court adjourned the court meeting and went to George Floyd's funeral, the one that was here in Houston. And then when we came back, we passed a series of resolutions that we wanted to have meaning to them, do more than simply commiserate as the country was going through a very painful period. They were very thoughtful resolutions, things that we would research. This item was one of those items that we passed that Commissioner's Court unanimously to do the research, to look at the best practices around the country to come up with a program. And then we dedicated, I think, $25 million for all of the programs that we were interested in launching. And then we'd figure out which programs we'd put the money into. All of these were programs that would make our communities safer, reduce racial disparities, move away from the ineffective, wasteful, and oppressive approaches that have plagued our criminal justice system in the past. And since we launched the HART program in particular, since that's what this press conference is about, it has made a name for itself as a trusted partner to complement traditional emergency response systems, to complement what law enforcement does and what our emergency responders do. At the behest and the agreement of law enforcement, the decision was made, don't put the program in the law enforcement department, because the thought was it worked better when it was separate, but worked as a complement to them. HART's alternative response units have answered more than 20,000 calls, connecting people to services they need to thrive and preventing law enforcement from having to handle those issues. HART and alternative response systems across the country are now proven solutions to help. HART is getting people the resources they need when they need it most, decreasing our jail population, helping clear court backlogs, and lessening the DA's caseload. freeing up time for law enforcement and EMS for true public safety and medical emergencies, which they are better equipped to handle, and saving our county and our justice partners and our taxpayers. I am just so proud that this program has done so well. I'm glad we moved it in-house. I am told that because Harris County has such a large unincorporated section, the pilot program focused on 2 areas in particular. But this will cover the rest of unincorporated Harris County, which, I hope I'm right, you check it, I read it in my notes, it'll make it the largest HART program in terms of land mass in the country. With that, I want to bring up Lupe Washington, our next speaker, who has done a tremendous job. So give her a warm round of applause.
Good morning. I'd like to thank Commissioner Briones, Commissioner Ellis, but also like to extend a thank you to Sheriff Gonzalez and his entire team for their support of our program. We also would like to recognize our community partners who have given their unwavering support to this program. As the Director of the Community Health and Violence Prevention Services Department at Harris County Public Health, I'm honored to highlight the expansion of a truly transformative program, HART, the Holistic Assistance Response Team. As was mentioned when we launched in March of 2022, and most people don't know, I came in December, we were asked to launch in 3 months. We made it happen. And we have been responding to serve communities facing these high volumes of nonviolent 911 calls. So instead of traditional law enforcement response, HART deploys a team consisting of a crisis intervention specialist and a certified emergency medical technician, trained to address behavioral health concerns, minor medical needs, and help people connect with vital resources. HART is more than a response program. It is a health equity initiative. It recognizes that many crises stem from unmet medical, mental health, or social needs, and not criminal intent. This program supports our mission of advancing health protection, health promotion, and community resilience while reducing the burden on our law enforcement partners. Not all emergencies are criminal. Nearly 1 in 5 police dispatches nationwide are related to mental health, homelessness, or substance use situations that HART is specifically trained to handle. As HART continues with its intervention efforts, we're increasing the availability of compassionate, trauma-informed care, particularly in our underserved communities. This approach improves outcomes for individuals while reducing unnecessary arrests, emergency room visits, and use of force incidents. Since its launch, as was mentioned, we have responded to over 20,000 calls and connected thousands of residents to lasting care. As of January 2025, when HART fully transitioned to Harris County Public Health for direct oversight, we have ensured that this has improved the coordination with our Harris County Sheriff's Office. We have stronger accountability through public health-led quality control, faster case transitions when necessary to other programs within Harris County Public Health, which offer follow-up support. The communities we serve are safer, healthier, and better supported when the right help shows up. According to the CDC, community-based violence prevention strategies can reduce violent crime by up to 30% when implemented effectively. HART's continued presence in the community ensures that more people get timely help for a variety of different issues, whether that's mental health support, housing referrals, domestic violence assistance, or basic life support medical attention. We ask our elected officials, law enforcement personnel, community health leaders, and workers to continue to support the work that we do as it reflects what public health should look like. We need to continue meeting people where they are, offering them what they need in moments of crisis. On behalf of Harris County Public Health, again, we'd like to thank Commissioner Briones, Commissioner Ellis, for championing this work and for prioritizing solutions rooted in health, dignity, and care. Together, we are redefining what safety and support look like in Harris County. And at this time, it's my pleasure to bring up one of our crisis intervention specialist supervisors who's been with the program for quite a while, Mr. Jimmy J. Nguyen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Director Washington, and thank you for everybody being here today. My name is Jay Wynn. I'm a field supervisor with the HART program. I've had the privilege of being with HART since 2022 and watched it grow from its early beginnings into the vital program it is today. I began my journey in District 1 on the north side of Harris County and have since transitioned to District 4 on the west side. With my background as a first responder, I can confidently say that this program and its response model is truly unlike any other. What makes HART unique is our ability to provide both acute and long-term care. We meet people on the worst days of their lives, and we stay with them through the journey. We're there for the crisis, we're there for the recovery, and we get to see people not only survive, but succeed. HART is dedicated as being the fourth branch of first responders in Harris County by diverting non-emergent 911 calls for service to specialized field teams that are dedicated to providing the community with assistance regarding medical, social welfare needs, and behavioral health assistance. We serve anyone who calls for us, and we are a voice to those who cannot advocate for themselves. The HART teams are requested every day by police, fire, and EMS agencies, whether it's mental health support, domestic violence, substance abuse, elder care, homelessness, or medical needs. HART is called to fill the gap and provide meaningful and lasting solutions. I have fire and EMS chiefs who ask me every day when they will have HART in their service areas because they have communities that really need the assistance. The commitment runs deep at every level of this program, from our field crews, case managers, and to our leadership. I've personally worked 15 to 16-hour days, traveling from Cypress Station to Hockley, down to Galveston, sometimes finishing up at 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning, just to make sure someone's basic welfare needs were secured. I've responded to overdoses, domestic violence, sexual assault cases, CPS, APS calls, and acute homelessness issues, and I've had clients flag me down just to say thank you, and that HART has made a difference in their lives. And that kind of impact doesn't just come from a job, it comes from a mission. And let me be clear, our teams don't do the work for recognition, we don't do it for thank yous or hugs, we do it because we were called to serve people and support the most vulnerable in our communities. I want to close with a quote from Director Washington that has stuck with me since day one, and it's, "You have to love people." And that is what HART is all about. Thank you for your time, and with that, I would like to introduce Major Jennifer Herndon.
Good morning. I'm Harris County Sheriff's Office Major Jennifer Herndon. First of all, let me thank Commissioners Briones and Ellis and our community partners for coming together this morning. On behalf of Sheriff Ed Gonzalez and the Harris County Sheriff's Office, I am honored to speak with you about the positive impact that the HART program has had on our agency, and most importantly, our community. Every day, our 911 dispatchers handle calls that range from violent crimes in progress to situations involving mental health crises, homelessness, non-emergency welfare concerns. Not every call requires law enforcement response, but every call deserves a compassionate and effective response. HART teams allows us to send the right professionals to the right situations. Behavioral health specialists, social workers, and medical professionals trained to de-escalate crises, connect people to resources, and address underlying issues. By diverting non-violent calls to HART, our deputies can respond more quickly to urgent, high-priority incidents, such as violent crimes and emergencies where seconds count, and situations that pose immediate risks and threats to our community. This approach does not just help law enforcement, it also benefits our community by ensuring that the appropriate help arrives at the right time. We understand that people experiencing a mental health crisis or homelessness do not necessarily need someone with a badge and a gun. Instead, they may require a listening ear, immediate medical attention, housing resources, or counseling. HART is focused on meeting people where they are, with dignity and respect, and addressing the root causes of issues that can lead to repeated 911 calls or even arrests. Since its launch in March of 2022, HART has successfully diverted thousands of calls away from law enforcement and connected residents to necessary services and demonstrated effectiveness of this model. HART has also responded to nearly over 500 calls, hundreds of calls from deputies who arrive on scenes and determine that HART is better suited to respond to that problem or issue. Each diverted call allows deputies to spend more time patrolling neighborhoods, investigating crimes, and responding to emergencies, all while those in crises receive the care that they need. The proposed countywide expansion of HART represents a significant step forward to how we approach public safety. We remain dedicated to fostering this partnership and promoting HART's growth, enabling more residents in additional communities to benefit from this compassionate and effective approach. Thank you.
So thank you again to all of our partners who have made HART happen and who hopefully will help expand HART throughout the unincorporated areas of Harris County. This is one investment of many that we are using to be as strategic as possible to improve public safety and to improve the support that we're offering residents. So thank you so much. We will now take any questions. Sí. Voy a tratar. Sí, hoy mismo. Creo que la tarde. Sí. Gracias. She asked when this will be voted on, and I said most likely it'll be the afternoon, not the morning, but it will be today. Yo sé que en total, sí, 20,000, pero este año mismo, 9,000. This year, so in total, they've responded to 20,000 calls, and this year in particular, approximately 9,000 calls. Sí, bueno, gracias. So it's going to end up being budget neutral, but in terms of the costs, we've reallocated. So Ms. Director Washington or Director Barton, if you want to come up. But yes, this will be 8 new teams that will be budget neutral because we've been able to reallocate resources since we brought the program in-house and are no longer using a third-party vendor. But Director Washington, do you want to?
So this will fit into what was going to be just for 3 districts. We're now going to expand to all 5 of the Harris County Sheriff's Office districts, and it fits within the current budget that's been allocated for our division. That's a little over $9 million for the division.
Any other questions? Thank you all very much. Thank you.